So I take pictures off the edge of the rainbow, infrared photographs. Now, most infrared photographers take pictures of landscapes. Lucky them. I take pictures of people. And people, they can be scary. Well, not all the time. That's a selfie I took over 25 years ago. That was an infrared film, 4x5 camera. I've since upgraded to digital. And I was hanging out in Las Vegas by the pool, itching to use my digital camera, and was thinking about what would be interesting to take pictures of. And I'd experimented with taking pictures of tattoos, because they show up really well. Light passes through the skin with infrared light, and it reflects back, and it doesn't care about skin tone or color. It just captures the tattoos really well. And then this guy showed up. This is Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Can we get an OPP? Never mind. Anyhow, I screwed up the courage to take his picture, and I showed him the results, and instantly he said, "Be sure to get a picture of my Tupac." So he'd known Tupac Shakur, and most people don't go under the needle unless this is something important to remember. He's been known to pour a shot of whiskey on his arm before a concert in memory of his friend. And while he was there, he turned to his other friend, DJ Paul, yes, from 3-6 Mafia, and said, "Hey, show your ink." So DJ Paul sort of shyly tugged on his shirt. I snapped this photo, and when the crowd dispersed, DJ Paul was like, "Hey, follow me." Normally, I don't follow guys with sort of barbed wire tattoos on their neck. But he whipped off his shirt and was like, "Can you get a picture of my parents?" Now, these guys are kind of scary, but they're not nearly as scary as Liz. Liz and I got into a screaming match in the middle of a dance floor around the time I was taking this photograph over the artist's responsibility to their subject. I was taking pictures in a place I wasn't comfortable with, and she was like, "What are you doing here?" And the lessons I learned from Liz stood me in good stead when I tried to take a picture of Hohepa. I asked him first, and he refused. But then I was like, well, you know, I think you might like this. It's not often somebody's going to be walking by here with an infrared camera. And sure enough, he pulled me around the corner and said, "Check this out." Didn't tell me what all the tattoos mean. The Taumoku have meaning. The one on the left arm is about a beautiful woman. Speaking of beautiful women, I met Erin. She was dressed all in black, had spiked boots, and was accessorized with an angry punk boyfriend who had a huge chip on his shoulder. But I knew I wanted to take her picture, so it turns out that she was kind of nice, and we planned to take some more pictures, but we haven't quite gotten around to it. That's this picture. I have it in my head. It's also a picture of Kookie. She got away because I didn't have my camera there. Well, that was until she emailed me a few weeks ago, and we got to take the pictures of her crows. That experience reminded me that these pictures were actually going out and resonating with people and coming back, and the fear started to go away. Like if I was supposed to be afraid of anyone, this guy, his real name is Direwolf. He's an Apache with the words "wagon burner" tattooed on his biceps. And he and I got to play in the studio together and do some really fun art. And the beautiful thing about infrared is you can't see it. Every picture you take is a gift. It's a present. You get to unwrap it when you see it in the camera. And there's another place where gifts are common. Burning Man. So when I went to Burning Man, I was trying to decide what my gift was going to be, so I set up an infrared photo booth, and I took pictures of people. If you look closely, this is actually a selfie. But the fear doesn't always go away. I probably walked by Noni's camp for a week before I got the courage to take this photo with her, but it was worth it. We're still friends. But that gift of generosity, that present, that special experience, and I got to do it thousands of times, so much so that I went back again last year, and I do have my ticket for this year. So what I want to know is, what presents do you have to give? And so does this guy. If you've liked these photos, you can find more at Infrared Deep or irdeep.com. Thank you very much, and have a lovely evening.